Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. So today, we are going to be ranking every Major League Baseball team's 2018 offseason. Now, I've come up with this list of teams in order from 30 to 1 and how I think they did this offseason in acquiring players. I put a lot of time and work into this list and took a lot into consideration for this, like their average and their win percentage from 2018, their record, of course, the team that they had, things that they needed, things that they covered this offseason, and how that falls into what everyone else did. So comment down below if you guys would change things around a little bit. This is my personal opinion and how I made this list. So of course this isn't like final or anything. So it can go either way. You can put other teams in different positions. And yeah, so before we get into it, this is based off of the 2019 season only. So I might not have considered a 10-year contract the best signing, or the 13-year contract the best signing, or one of the best for each team. And yeah, so with that being said, team number 30, we're going to be talking about teams 30 through 26 today. Team number 30 is the Baltimore Orioles. Now, they've tended to be at the bottom of a lot of lists, especially within the past couple of seasons. They got rid of a lot of their players like Manny Machado, Jonathan Scope. You know, everyone that was on their team that was putting up decent numbers for them, they're pretty much gone at this point. Zach Britton as well. And in 2018, they only had a record of 47 and 115. They're one of the teams that are trying to pull off a really big rebuild within this next couple of seasons. And with that, the players that they acquired really isn't going to get them there. Definitely no Kershaw, Arenado, or Trout. They did receive shortstop prospect Drew Jackson from the Phillies via a trade. And they also acquired right-handed pitcher Nate Karns and shortstop Alcides Escobar this season. But nothing crazy right there. Alcides Escobar easily being one of their better players at the moment. But again, they're looking for the rebuild. I have personally never really heard of Nate Karns. I don't know where he came from, or what he does, or how he's like on the mound. But I don't know. So the Orioles not really doing much of anything this offseason as we expected. We weren't thinking that they were going to come out here spending a lot of money. That's going to land them at the 30th spot on this list, the bottom spot of this list. And it's not the Miami Marlins, so that's the first as well. Team number 29 is the Kansas City Royals. They had a record of 58 and 104 in 2018, and their 2015 World Series victory was the highlight of this decade for them pretty much when it comes to baseball. They struggled to reach 60 wins this past season, and the only additions they really had that are going to make a difference is outfielder Billy Hamilton, who is known primarily for his speed, and pitchers Homer Bailey, Brad Boxberger, and Jake Diekman. I mean, looking at Billy Hamilton, he's getting up there in age a little bit, and if he's just like a speed guy, yes, he can hit home runs and he can make contacts, but the defense is up there. That's pretty much the only really great thing that stands out about Hamilton. And the pitchers, Homer Bailey is decent. He was with the Reds, had a stint with them. Brad Boxberger, haven't really heard of. I think Jake Diekman was with the Rangers at some point, and maybe the Cubs. Not big names, not guys that are really going to push them past 60, 65 wins again this season, I don't think. And again, with this being based off of what I think is going to happen in 2019, this won't really help them out as much as maybe other guys would have this offseason. So not a terrible offseason for the Royals, just not one of the better ones. Number 28, we have the Miami Marlins. So now they come up on this list. They're trying to pull off a massive rebuild, and with 2018 not being one of their better years, pulling off a 63 and 98 record, we weren't expecting much from them either. Derek Jeter kind of took control of the team, got rid of Giancarlo Stanton, Marcell Ozuna, Christian Yelich. You guys know the drill. JT Realmuto also is now on the Phillies, so they lost him. And they didn't really add a whole lot to the team. They did get Curtis Granderson and Neil Walker. Again, both guys significantly up there in age, not young guys that are going to boost the team anywhere. These are more like veterans who are kind of like team captains almost, especially in Curtis Granderson. And then they got the Phillies prospect Sixto Sanchez for a pitcher, and that's pretty much their best addition this season, or for the 2018 winter. 3 players, not a whole lot. Only one of them is really going to help them in the future, but again, we are basing this off 2019. Curtis Granderson has had his fair share of different teams that he's been on, so now he's going to add Miami to that list. And I do not necessarily see the Marlins going past 65 wins again this season, even with these three guys. So it's not going to help them a whole lot this offseason. They did not do what I don't think they wanted to. I would have hoped for a lot more prospects on that team this offseason. That was not possible, unfortunately. They did not pull that off. So they have landed themselves at team number 28. Moving on to number 27, we have the Detroit Tigers. They had a 64-98 record in 2018. They added 4 players to their team this winter. This actually isn't a bad set of guys. Utility man Josh Harrison, shortstop Jordy Mercer were the 2 front ends of that. And Mercer and Harrison will do a decent amount for them, but not close to 500. Again, 70 wins might be a push for them. 64 wins should be something they can definitely acquire. But these 2 guys aren't any Javier Baez or Francisco Lindor. I just don't see it for them. And the Tigers, we know, have had a lot of struggles, and money-wise, Miguel Cabrera took up a lot of that with his contract. That's not really paying off for them anymore, with him not being that great player that we're all used to and that he used to be a little while ago. So, didn't add a whole lot, aren't really going to do much different in 2019. They're at team number 27. 26, the Chicago White Sox. Now, this offseason for them was strictly strategy. Their main goal was to try to persuade Manny Machado to join them by recruiting some of his relatives. You know, you have Yonder Alonso was signed, by the White Sox. I think John Jay, the outfielder, took batting practice with Manny Machado, and they always practiced over the winter together. So they signed him as well in hopes that would kind of lure him in. That did not happen, and other than those 2 guys, they didn't really pull anything off this winter. If Manny Machado was on their team, as of right now, maybe that'd be a little bit different, but strategy is not really working out for them at the moment because Manny Machado, at the end of the day, is with the Padres. And 62-100 record, one of the worst in Major League Baseball last season. I don't know. Those 2 guys, Yonder Alonso and John Jay, I might be repeating myself a little bit here. They're not going to do anything for the White Sox. They're not going to bring them to a World Series. They will not be all-star guys. I don't foresee them making it past 60 wins this season. And that might be kind of lowballing it a little bit since they didn't really lose a whole lot. But I just don't think it's really going to happen. It's not going to work out the way the White Sox wanted it to this season. And it was kind of quality over quantity, I guess. Maybe not even that, you can say, because it's just 2 guys in hopes to get Machado. They also added catcher James McCann, right-handed pitcher Ivan Nova, and right-handed pitcher Kelvin Herrera. So a decent amount of guys there, but nothing crazy again. And I repeated myself a little bit there, guys, but I hope you guys kind of get the idea here of what I'm trying to say. Those were the teams in 30 to 26 when it came to ranking them for this offseason. I think this is a pretty decent first 5, or bottom 5, I guess you can say. This was really hard for me to put this list together and kind of go through which team did better than this team and this and that and so forth. So again, let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think, who you guys would have put in each and every position that we talked about today. And with that being said, that's going to end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see the next list or the next video, that should be out within the next couple of days, unless we have some breaking news or something crazy that might interrupt that from coming out. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Peace.